Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the LOTRO Twitch stream channel. And I am your host, Little Redhead, and I'll be taking you around the world of Middle Earth here in just a moment. I don't think we're going to get crafty today, but it's a good reminder to always check on how your craft stuff is going. So I have a number of crafters, and they're that are gilded, and so I'm always trying to remember to go and do those daily things, you know, to make the things for each of those guilds, and I don't always remember to do it. So I suppose this is a good reminder. But I know most of us don't look at the crafting screen very often. However, I have looked at this loading screen before, and I'm like fascinated by this dress because this has been a loading screen that's been around for a while, I think. So this is a dress that they came up with a while ago, and I'm very curious about that. Oh, anyway, we're here in the 21st Hall. Hello, 21st Hall. All right, so you know what that means I haven't done today, because I'm actually logged in today before now, is I need to go back home, and I gotta pick up my Wenda gifts, because I haven't done that today yet. Here we go. Send myself home. So if you are a VIP player in the game, you have access to this. And what I've discovered is not all VIP players know this or quite understand what it is. I know when they first came out with it, I definitely didn't quite understand what was the scoop here. But actually, hang on, slight diversion. I'm going to go check these ingredient crates and see if anybody's left any gifts for me. Well, look at that. I got a 3 ingredient crates there, or ingredient packs, and 6 out of the other one. Ha ha ha. That's what you get when you open those up. It wasn't a surprise, but it's always nice to get those little gifts. Okay, so Wenda over here, Wenda Cranesbill. So if you click on her, she has a quest that says VIP rewards. And you click on accept, so you accept the quest, and then you talk to her again immediately, and you go ahead and finish the quest. And what she does is she drops these 2 lovely little items into your inventory. That one is the subscriber's jug, so you consume it. And what it does, it puts an effect on your character that it prevents any item wear on like your armor and jewelry and all of that. So you get no item wear from combat or crafting or defeat. So that's really nice because, you know, when you get into, well, just anywhere in the world, really. But I was going to say when you get to high level stuff, but it doesn't have to be higher level stuff. Just in general, if you're running around in the game, it is possible to get defeated. And golly, isn't that a bummer? And it's really a bummer when you get defeated over and over again and your stuff just is slowly getting more and more damaged. You're like, no. The other cool thing, though, we have here is this subscriber town services. And I'm going to drop that on my bar here. After I remember how to unlock my bar. Hang on a minute. Okay, there we go. And what it does is when you open that up, you can browse the shop so you can sell things. You can open your vault, stuff things in there. You can open your shared storage, which is where I need to go. And I need to drop off, let's see. Oh, I think, actually I need to open my wardrobe. Hold on a minute. Anyway, when you go to Wenda, you get a whole bunch of cool stuff that you have access to from her. It's like basically having the vault services in your pocket. I love it. It's already in my wardrobe. Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry about that, but I do want to put the decoration items out. Why am I holding on to this? Is there something special about that? That is just so wild looking. Like, okay, I guess that's why I'm keeping it. It is a fine waistcoat. Or waistcoat, as some people say. Okay, what is this? What's going on over here? Oh, I swapped these out. That's why they're there. And I'm keeping that in case I want to go back. I don't think I need to keep those then. Hold on. All right, apparently I'm doing a little inventory management because I've kind of been ignoring my inventory recently. When we finished up on Saturday, because we run on Saturdays with a small group, and I didn't actually take care of my inventory after that. Okay, let's see. So more agility there. More vitality there, more critical rating, more finesse. Okay, so the stalwart of the Way of the Smiths can go. We'll go and get rid of that. So, good boy. And then I think I checked the rest of these. I think this is what I was in the middle of doing when I logged out the other day. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, nope, not that. But Armor of the Statue, I replaced that, so that can go. I replaced those. There's a, the Hunter Trainer in the 21st Hall has some armor items that were better than what I was already wearing. So I went ahead and did some swapping out there, and I hadn't gotten around to fixing that up. Okay, so one more quick thing I'm going to do is that backpack I'm carrying around, which is a cute cosmetic item. I'll probably put that on for the festival, which is next week. Speaking of, let's do a little festival here. So next week is the LOTRO 15th anniversary festival. So it's the anniversary festival, and this is LOTRO's 15th year coming in. So that's amazing. So cool. So they're going to be doing some special stuff. We don't know all the details yet. We'll find out next week. And in fact, I believe it starts on, I think it starts on the Thursday at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. So, yeah. So, there it says right there in the Moobot chat. Thank you. Starting April 20th at 10 a.m. server time. So there'll be new rewards. We don't know what they are yet, but we'll find out. So that's very exciting. Very exciting. So I think I'll probably put together a new outfit for her that involves that little backpack with all the scrolls and the maps and stuff on it. I think that'll be fun. Because one of the things you can do at the anniversary event, like that's been there for a number of years, is you can, there's like a scavenger hunt, and you've got to run around and do different things as they relate to various characters. So like if you pick up the Sam scroll, you go and talk to one of the Cottons, I think, and I forget what else you do for Sam. But yeah, so it's cute because it kind of takes you back to places you've been before, and you get to interact with the story again, and it's really cute. So okay, so I am thinking that I do enjoy doing Legendary Moria stuff. I also enjoy doing Legendary Angmar stuff. Affodil, do you have a preference between Legendary Angmar and Legendary Moria? Do you have a preference there? I'm not sure that I have both of them rolling. I probably don't.
I think I would do Legendary Angmar over Legendary Moria.
Yeah, okay.
It was just a question between the two of those, and not something.
Now there's just the two of us, so at the moment. But yeah, I think we could totally do some Legendary Angmar stuff. That could be kind of fun. We haven't done that in a little while, so it'd be kind of like, a little blast from the past. And that would be fun. Just the two of us, Legendary Angmar or missions. Ooh, yeah, we should go do the missions first. Hey, let's go to the map. I'll meet you at the map. Well, I'll meet you after the map. So the map over here, this War of the Three Peaks map table, is actually a travel item. So you click on it, and you get your like, where you're being called. And it sends you to the war room at, I always get these mixed up. All these dwarven places, they look the same, To a hobbit, they look the same. We are in Anak Corfu. So this is the map room of Anak Corfu. A lot of blues going on there. It's very pretty. There's 3 peaks. So, yeah, right? Bless you. It does sound like I sneezed. So every time you come in here, like every day you come in here, Elof will has a mission wrapper where they just want you to do 3 missions. And so if you've completed it before, then you can pick it up again on a fresh day. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up because who doesn't like double dipping? And then we are looking at, Training for Glory? Yeah, okay. So we're going to do this one. Awesome. So around this map table, there's 2 quest givers that have a series of missions for you. And so you can look at that. And each day, the missions change to a different set. So like today's missions are, this set of 4 from Horan and a different set of, I think, 3 from the other lady there. So anyway, okay, so we'll do this one first. So mission training for glory. It says, I have a new mission for you. We are currently training soldiers at Skarhald. Since you are an exceptional warrior, sure, we need you to travel to the fortress in Arid Mithrin and assist with the training of soldiers under supervision of Rangvald. I am counting on you. Okay. So, so you see the map table here. It's just like the one in the yard. And so it shows you all these different places. I forget which way is up. I'm trying to read Dwarven here. Anyway, so the map shows you, if you pull up the LOTRO map, you can orient it, and it's the same as the LOTRO map. Okay, so we think that the pond is at the bottom. Okay, so this is apparently how you read Dwarven, is this way. I guess that looks a little more better. Anyway, so out here, all this stuff is happening, and so we're out here to help out. Right there. There, there's the pond at the bottom. Okay, so Horan is there, and like I said, he has 4 missions today. Ozma is over here, and she also has 4 missions for us today. Sometimes it's 5 and 3, but today it's 4 and 4. Okay, so training for glory. So every mission always has some sort of a twist. So this one, the twist is inspiring presence. The monster commander in this mission has an aura that buffs any allies nearby. Now, we haven't actually had too much trouble with these missions, so that's nice. But they are, quick and easy to run into, and you get reputation with this faction. So actually, I'm going to look at that in a minute. Okay, so your mission is to assist Rangvald with training dwarves for the war at Skarhald. Okay, here I go. Now, this is great because you can do these solo or you can do them as a duo. So Affadil and I often go into these together, and that way it even goes even faster because we just zip through everything together. So yes, so next week is the anniversary festival is when it starts. Oh my gosh. So we're on Treebeard, and there's not all of Treebeard is open yet. Not all the world is open yet. What's that? Oh, let me hold up a moment. I think it's still loading up here, so we'll hang on a second. And then I think we're going over there to talk to Rangwald. All right, I'm seeing the dot of my compatriot, although I don't actually see her. That's funny. If I try to follow, it's like, to follow what? So anyway, so it says you're entered a restricted area and will be removed if you do not leave. But that's okay. We won't actually get kicked out of here. Oh, now she's way ahead of me. Okay. Hey, Affadilio. I see you now. Okay. Let's go check in with this long-beard dwarf. Hey, bud. Oh, we have to spar with him. I am ready. Okay. Objective, prepare yourself. I think that was it. That was my time. I must be prepared. One hopes. Wow, he's a bit stronger than I was expecting. I thought he'd be a pushover like, a lot of the other people that you spar with. All right, we have sparred with this dwarf. Okay, it says spar with the second Longbeard. Hey, second Longbeard. Hey, it's got kind of a purple tabard going on. He says, I've been practicing. All right, I'm good to hear it. I wonder if I should go invisible next time. That'd be hilarious. Oh, we got a red box. I'm going to step out. Hello, Longbeard. Says the guy in charge. Okay. He's still saying, Well, we get to go spar with another one. This guy says, he's got kind of a pink tabard going on there. It says, do not hold back. I want to put on a good show for the commander and get promoted. Actually, hang on, check it out. Like, he's got, like, each of them have different kind of colors on their thing. That's nice. All right. I'm a stealthy gal. All right, go ahead. Talk to the person, make him come alive. There we go, half his health in one go. All right. Did you get promoted? I tried for you, man. You're a dwarf. Kind of short for a dwarf, aren't you? Just gonna walk around going, All right, he says, let us spar. All right, I didn't go invisible that time, but I'll put down a trap and really see what happens down there. So we are playing on Treebeard, as I mentioned. Now notice this guy just got a flag on him. That means that we've been noticed by the enemy, as it were, which I would hope, like, we're standing right here. But it means that we are potentially likely to see some extra damage coming to us in the form of a large fireball. So, all right. Does it mean the dwarves are working with Sauron? No, they know how to do things around here. All right, go ahead and interact with him, and then I will hit him with a Heartseeker. Zoom. Bam! Look at that. Let's see. Oh, I have a hope on me. You must have done that. That's nice. Let's see. I've got story pace 40%. Yeah, that's expected. I've got feeling virtuous. Oh, we're on a virtue experience gain plus 20%. Well, that's exciting. So any quests and stuff I finish or deeds that give virtue experience will give me some extra vote. He says, haha, do not worry. I will go easy on you. Okay. Well, let me go invisible. You'll go so easy you won't even see me, man. Oops, I forgot to push the button in time. That's okay. I won't do like a gazillion damage. I'll just do some. Cool. Mission complete. All right, we sparred with you guys. What do you think, Rankvald? Are they passing the test here? He's an elite dwarf. Yeah. He's not walking anymore either, is he? He's done with the walking. All right, let's see what he has to say. Oh, did you do the chest? Awesome, thank you. Great work. You have helped train these soldiers well. I now know that this will be a battle that we will win. Okay. Well, you're welcome. Happy to shoot arrows at people anytime. Very strange. All right. So closed captioning should be on, by the way, for anybody who is watching this live. And if you're watching this after the fact, I do intend to get closed captioning subtitles put on all these videos as well when they're up on my YouTube page. Okay, oops. You're not going to give me a quest reward, but this guy will. Well done. With these soldiers properly trained, we are certain to win this war. Oh, before I accept that, who are we? These are the Gablaka. I need 1,000 more to go up to the next level, and this is going to give me 500. Okay, we're going to do a couple of these, so that's fine. It'll probably take me over the level. But I was debating whether I should take a reputation acceleration tome. Oh, I must have still had some going then. Sweet. Oh, I do. Well, good. I didn't even need to take an acceleration tome. Awesome. I've reached the threshold of 25,000 reputation. It says you have achieved the rank of Uzkaz in the Gablaka, the unified army of dwarves. Well, rock on. You know what that might mean? That one of these people over here will let me buy stuff from them, because I'm all maxed out on my tokens with these people. And so I want to see if I can get any pets or mounts. I might be talking to the wrong person. I am talking to the wrong person. Hey, sorry. Can I talk to you, Mr. Other Dwarf? Thank you. Or Ms. Sorry. Shouldn't assume. All right, let's see. I'm still not high enough level for this one. I'm not high enough level for this one. Ay, goodness. All right, so what did I... level am I again? I'm now a Uzkaz. All right, so what can Uzkaz get? I can get cosmetic weapons and housing decorations. Oh. Well, it's not as interesting as I was thinking. Although a large map table sounds kind of cool. So does a small one. Problem is, my houses are kind of full right now. I haven't decided if I'm buying another one anytime soon. Well, let's see. Is there anything I want here? It's definitely not an explosive barrel. That's cute. I mean, I guess I could start looking at getting a Belfloss house. Those are kind of nice. Especially when I was playing on Bull Roar a couple months ago when they were coming out with the Elder Slate, is that right? Housing. And they have like walls that look like marble, but like there's some green marble walls. And I'm like, it looked really good in Belfloss. So I may have to give that a go. So maybe I'll be getting a Belfloss house soon. I keep thinking about it. I usually get one anyway. Let's see, we have a map of Gundabad. Goes on the wall. We've got some banners. Got a roast pig. Do you know, I'm afraid that I am not seeing anything here that I was hoping to spend some of my money. Or, well, my tokens. The dragon skull is cool, but it's huge. It's a huge yard item, which is in itself nice, you know. I don't want one, though. I think if I get anything, it'd be a map table. All right, I'll just... You know what? I'll just get... Sandar's house is perfect the way it is. I don't want to mess that up. It would not be perfect with a large skull. In fact, it might not even fit in that yard because it might have to be a large yard item, and I don't think small houses have that. All right, I'm just going to buy a couple of map tables, and then eventually we'll go and see what that looks like. But not right now. Okay, let's go do some more thingies. Wall of ice. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Wall of ice. All right, he always says, I have a new mission for you. So we can just kind of skip that line, really, because we've heard it before. We know he has a new mission for us. Like, that's why we're here. But he says, my scouts have come back from Stormwall. They have found the old ruins partially encased in ice. Ooh. Unfortunately, the group was running short on time and supplies, else they would have begun to chisel through the ice. We must return to properly clean up the site. This can only be the work of the Frost Horde, and for that it cannot stand. Okay, sure, my dude. I will happily go and work on this wall of ice like a Doctor Who. And our twist here is gated. You must find a way to breach a barrier to reach your mission objective. Okay. So we got to go through. Oh, thank you, Mubot. So Fibro Jedi. For if those any of you who are not aware, I'll just do a quick recap here. Is Fibro Jedi is a member of the LOTRO community, and he creates these fantastic guides to explain how the festivals go, and it gives you all sorts of information about like what's going on at the festival, where you find things, you know, what you get for it, what tokens you get, like what can you barter for with those tokens. I mean, it is a very comprehensive guide to each festival that he does, but it's also well laid out and very easy to understand. So they're fantastic guides. And he does it just like out of the goodness of his heart. However, he does have like, you know, a coffee thing, and he has, oh, hang on, I've got a remote quest. And he also has, I think, Patreon maybe, stuff like that. So you can support him, and I highly suggest that you do so, because he is definitely does a lot for the community, and he's fantastic. So unfortunately, right now, Fibro Jedi, their house, they need a new boiler. Their boiler went out for hot water, so they don't have like hot running water in their house right now. Fibro Jedi, as you may guess from the name, suffers from fibromyalgia, and so he and his family are often, you know, making ends meet, but doing it in a way that's, you know, making sure that they attend to their physical needs as well. So, so if you have an interest in helping out Fibro Jedi, there is a link, a couple of links there. There's a tweet that he put out, and then there's also the Ko-fi, and then there's also, I think in the tweet, a link to the information, or maybe it's on the Ko-fi page. Yes, and B4 wants to pronounce that ko-fi, whereas I'm like, I think it's supposed to be coffee. So yes, so thank you for that link there. Okay, so let us find out. Oh, hey, I think we can beat up on this wall of ice. Yeah, looks like it's beatable. Oh yeah, there it goes. Wow, that just collapsed very quickly. We've been doing a lot of Moria stuff, and Moria is when you get the guy who's like, you know, prepare the warband maneuver. I found a chink in your armor. So I've been perhaps mimicking that of late. We found a chink in its armor. Yeah. All right. Oh, we got some cave worms that are in the same area. Exciting. Hey, there's an ice wall. Let's attack it. Oof. That's hilarious that we're like chopping through this wall of ice. Yeah, Fibro FJ plans to. It was just fun that we got hit by fire as we were crunching through ice. He plans to put together a guide. So now we don't know because they're keeping it as a surprise. What SSG has in store for us for the anniversary stuff. Some people have found a few things out on Bullroar, which is the test server. So sometimes on Bullroar they'll open up Bullroar, and usually it's like on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I think it's open right now, actually. I think they're doing some more testing this week. So anybody can go and create an account and log into that test server and see what's the newest and greatest. See what they're working on. Oh, hey, there's a named. And, oh, took a minute. Well, it's a tough one. There we go. Well, we defeated it. Good job, us. Apparently, we were told that we defeated it, too. That's, like, exciting. But we're still missing an ice wall, so we gotta go find one more ice wall. I have a feeling that Affodil is on it. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah, so, when you are on the test server, sometimes you might see things or come across things and whatnot that will give you some more information about like upcoming things and stuff like that. So people have found some things that they think might be related to the festival, but I haven't seen anything like published by SSG yet. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what kind of goodies they have in store for us. We do know that there's a new excuse me, thank you. There's a new instance, because that's already listed in the instance finder. I can show you here in a second. All right, it says, great work. With all those ice walls gone, let us return and report our success to Horan. Report your success to Horan. He wasn't claiming credit for it. Oh, the captioner keeps getting hung up. Let me push the button, make it go again. There we go. It keeps getting the arrow like I'm talking too fast or something. I'm not talking that fast. All right, Horan, hey. We did a wall of ice. He says, well done. That should send a message that Storm Wall does not belong to the Frost Horde. We may need to return to Storm Wall often to keep our hold upon the ruins. I fear that the Frost Hordes will return sooner than later. So the cool thing with what we're doing here... Oh, hey, hang on. I have a mission, a weekly. Oh, yeah. That I can do. Hey, you were saying that in one of the boosts, is it the character one, I could get more reputation acceleration? All right, we're going to check that out. Hey, Thomas just tipped Fiber Jedi. Good luck with the boiler. I failed to put my name in. Aw. He is also active on Twitter, so you could always just pop a little note onto his Twitter if you wanted to, help him see what connects with what. But that is awesome. Thank you for helping him out there. That is really cool. Hey, Gloin has a ring for me here. I'm going to see what Gloin has to say. Mission, Loyalty of the Frostbound. It says, for your proven heroism, I grant you the rank of Uzkaz of the Gablaka. Oh, it's because I went up in rank. I trust you will continue this fine work until the war is won. I have another important mission for you. Ozma's scouts have learned of a hobgoblin operation deep in the Grey Mountains. I will allow her to fill you in on the details. Good luck. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and accept that. I don't know if Affodil has that. So if not, we'll just wait and do it together. So close. Okay. But we can see what other things Ozma has. Oh, so what I was going to show you all is if I go here into It must be skirmishes? I think it's skirmishes. Let's check. There will be a list. Nope, let's check. Oh, wait, let me check the other one. Skirmish Lieutenant. Oh, no, that's Lieutenant Doodles. I don't think it's going to be there. Maybe it's under instances. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that list of all of these. Under Rovanian? And I'm looking for Elderslade, which is near the end. Okay. Okay, cool. So there we go. So if you're looking for this information, it's Rovanian is the tab they put it under. And then Elderslade is the bottom tick that you want to go to. And it's the third one from the end. It's kind of pokey. Well, I guess they're all kind of pokey in their different ways. And then over here, you'll see there's Elderslade, a mountain of missions. And it's like complete 20 missions. And I'm on tier 5 right now. But the other one is, oh, yes, I do, is the full list. So there are 80 different missions between Ausma and Hurin here. So, it's not showing the names because I've got this open maybe. But anyway, so between the two of them, they have a total of 80 missions. And so when you complete each one at least once, that completes this deed. So you can see we have, well, it says that we have 65 out of 80. So we still have 15 more that we haven't completed. Remember I said earlier that it's a rotating list. So, we may be on day number 8 right now. And, that one might be on day number 1 and this other one might be on day number 5, so it's possible that we have missed them and we just have to wait for the cycle to come back around. Now, we haven't been like really hardcore working on this, so it's not like a high priority, but it'll be cool when we finish. Now, when we do finish it, we get a bunch of the war marks. So I kind of would like to not finish this until I'm a higher level and I can have gone and bought the mount and the pets and stuff, because otherwise I'm just going to lose out on those 30 marks, which would be kind of sad. But I will get a cloak. There's a hooded version and a regular version. You get both of those. I get a title. I get 10,000 virtue experience. So another reason why it might be nice to not finish this before we have the next bump, which is in probably end of June. So another reason why we're not in too much of a hurry on this. And then increased reputation with March on Gundabad. Okay. So, but anyway, so that's a thing. That's just in the background. So that's kind of cool that we're slowly working on that, and I'm okay with the slowly working on part. Because my virtues are really close to maxed out, and I think Affadil's completely maxed out on their virtues. Because like I said, we're on the Treebeard server, and our current level cap is 60. So that means our virtues go up to 30, because it's always half of the max level on your server. So I've got this one at level 28. I've got this one at level 29, this one at 29, and this one at 26. So I've got a little bit of room still, but 10,000 virtue experience, I'd probably waste like 9,000 of it, and that would just be really sad. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so which one do you want to do now? The Branches of Corruption. Okay, awesome. We will do the Branches of Corruption. So she says, my scouts have come back from Oinsbridge. They have found the bridge to be overrun by the Taurogrim. The Taurogrim continue to be pushed from the Mirkwood and have begun taking lands such as Thornhold. Okay. We cannot let the Taurogrim corruption to spread over Oinsbridge. We must find the find the scourge of their corruption and defeat it so that we can retain control of the bridge. Okay, so let's go get control of this bridge. So this is Branches of Corruption. I gotta remember not to click on the other one. Oh, our twist here is gated. It says you must find a way to breach a barrier to reach your mission objective. Okay, well, we've seen that before. We can do that. We are quite capable of that. Now, another really awesome resource in for Lord of the Rings Online, another community, LOTRO community person, is this website here, Deco de Milieu. And they have a website where they list every single housing item that you can get in the game. And in fact, if I wasn't streaming and using all of my computer's capabilities to bring this to you, I would probably have opened up a browser page and have been looking at the various housing items that were available there with the Gablaka, well, instead of just picking a few and running with it, because it's really cool. It's a great, it's another great resource. So, oh, and you know what? I can probably, oh, I don't think I have that link handy. If you do, though, Deco Demia, that would be great. They're a French site, so the link is like en dot, dnco.mu. I think it's D. There's not an ampersand in the thing. No, in the website, yeah, dcomu.fr, because it's French. But he has it all translated into English as well. So yeah, he actually maintains it in both French. Yao does in French and English. I don't think he does German as well. I think he just maintains it in those two languages. The reason why I mentioned German is because English, French, and German are the three languages that are supported by SSG for Lord of the Rings Online. So you can play in French, you can play in German, or you can play in English. So, if you ever have an interest in putting those high school German classes to use, there you go. What were you saying? If you complete that 10,000 Virtue XP mission deed before July, you're gonna cry. Yeah, in fact, we should probably make sure we don't complete it. I'm not sure what note we need to leave for ourselves, but yeah. Well, we do have the Anniversary Fest coming up, and that's going to keep us pretty busy. So we won't be doing too many missions for the next, I think it's 3 weeks. Most of the LOTRO festivals run for 3 weeks. So that would be 3 of my streams usually. So we will be able to be doing festival stuff for the next 3 weeks. But so this is your last pre-15th anniversary festival stream. Oh, and yeah, let me pull up, since we're talking anniversary festival stuff. And let's see, where's my pets? Okay, I'm on it, and I have a lot of pets. What am I looking for? Let's say, is it that way? Nope, it's not that way. How about pig? Anniversary celebration pig. Let me pull that out. So this is one that we got 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. I think it was before that. That's why I'm thinking it was 2 years ago, but maybe it was last year. Let me, there we go. Oh, I haven't renamed mine either. I'll have to come up with a new name for it. But look, it's shooting out, it's behind it, it's pulling like this little cart of fireworks. Oops, now we're looking at the butt of the goose. There we go. So, and then every so often, like a firework just shoots out of him, out of the crate that he's carrying in the back. It's really cute. So that's what we got a couple years ago for our anniversary present as a thank you gift from SSG, which I thought was pretty cute. So, and it's possible that there's going to be different gifts for whether you're VIP or not. Like that you might get extra gifts if you're VIP. I'm not sure. Just based on some of the stuff that people were finding behind the scenes. I think we've seen that before, because I think my goat. Some people got a pig that has like a Gandalf hat though. Maybe that was for a certain year, like if you'd been around a certain number of years. I'm not sure. Oh, the Taurog corruptors protect Gundabad must be dealt with first. Okay, well, we can probably do that. We are known for dealing with and defeating things. It's kind of our oeuvre, as well as, shooting things randomly. There's that. So yeah, there's little fireworks going off periodically here on the screen. Surprise! All right, so we got rid of the corruptors. Now it's time to deal with the big guy. Here we go. Yeah, D & Co. Demio is a fantastic resource for housing items in LOTRO. Something he added within the last year, I think, was all of those music boxes that you can get. You can listen to them in the website. On the website, it's got like little things. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Check this out. So Varkin over here in the weeds has a 13th anniversary. Okay. So once I get to my 13th year in LOTRO, I'll get a version that has a hat. So it says Mysterious Celebration Pig, as opposed to mine, where's my little guy, which says Anniversary Celebration Pig. And see, so notice that my guy doesn't have a hat on, but her guy has a hat on. So also your guys' nose is a little more smushed. My guys' nose is a big snout. They're different. They are different pigs. That is too funny. Yeah, your pig's got a smushed nose. My guy's got a big long snout going on there. How interesting. I didn't realize they were that different. I just thought yours has a hat and mine doesn't. But yeah, mine's more spotted too. Look at that. He's got more spots on him and stuff. And your guy is pretty clean. He's got I don't think he's got any spots. It may just be in one color. It's very monopigmatic. Well, all right. So because we're running this as a duo, there's a mission reward chest. I think otherwise it just automatically bestows. So if you leave the instance without opening the chest, you do lose out on those tokens. So that's a bummer. You don't want to do that. So, oh, hey, we got a couple hellos. Hello, Dragon Jaranth and Gaming Life. Gaming Life, excellent. I have a shirt from Board Game Convention. It says like eat, sleep, game, repeat. So it's excellent for video gaming and board gaming actually, because it's non-specific, just gaming. Can apply to all sorts of things. Oh right, we're talking to Ozma, not Horan. Sorry. Hey Ozma. Let's see. I finished. Which one was that? Loyalty of the Frostbound? No, that was Corruption, wasn't it? Branches of Corruption. All right. We need to get your stuff up so you can do this other one. Awesome. All right, she says, well done. With the source of the Tower-grown corruption destroyed, we should be able to retake Oinsbridge. I just hope the Tower-grown do not try to regroup and double their efforts. Indeed. That would be sad. The person's name is Puddleglum. Very nice. Okay, so shall we take a look at what Ozma has for us? Oh, it gave me 1,000 reputation. Oh, hey, I finished with Elof. I can turn that in. Hey, Elof. What's up? He says, we wish to thank you for your hard work toward the war effort. Your good deeds shall help secure our foothold into Gundabad itself. Okay, so remember that's the one we picked up a little bit when we first got here, a little bit ago, and we just need to do 3 of any of these missions, and then that just finishes that. So now he's got the hourglass, with the ring, which means he's done for the day with us. But if we come back tomorrow, we can do it all over again. So easy peasy. Okay, so we're going to talk to Ozma because we've got a special quest that Gloin gave us. Mission, Loyalty of the Frostbound. So she says, oh, are you here for the hobgoblins? This is what I have learned so far. We have discovered a hidden cave entrance in the Grey Mountains on the eastern slopes of Thermfall. The scouts report hobgoblin and orc activity inside, but they couldn't get close enough to see what they are up to. Something about swarms of vicious worms. They could, however, hear the sounds of digging or mining, and while I don't know what the orcs are up to, I agree that it warrants investigation. So, all right, so they want us to talk to Horan. Okay. Horan bellows, I know what they're up to. Oh, do you know? Tell us. He says, I overheard your conversation. It seems perfectly obvious to me what those drake-living hobgoblins are up to. Digging east toward Winterstith can only mean one thing. They are trying to dig their way into the anvil. We cannot allow them to free Himril Frostheart or the rest of her Frost Horde. I don't know about you, but I think we have enough to deal with right now without the addition of a ferocious elder dragon. Let's go clear out that cave before it's too late. Yes, you heard me. I'm going with you. Okay. Neato. Let's do it. Loyalty of the Frostbound. Okay, so deep in the Grey Mountains, the hobgoblins launch a plot to free their mistress. Your mission is to investigate Akul Lagam with Horin, and the twist in this case is the monster, is Himril's chosen. The monster commander in this mission will attempt to summon blizzards. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so hello there, Gaming Life and Dragon Jareth. Pleasure to meet you as well. Can I introduce who I am? Absolutely. Hang on, let me talk to Horn real quick, and then... Oh, there's a horn on the ground. Okay, so let me talk to this horn, and then I'll pick up my horn. He says, "This is the place. I must be honest, Rosenbloom. After our failed assault on the anvil, I am eager to be avenged upon the Frost Horde and their lackeys for the attack on Skarhald. And most of all, we must do everything we can to prevent Himril from being released. If she attacked our army during the battle, it would be catastrophic." He pauses as he is lost in his own thoughts. You can tell his experiences the anvil still weighs heavily on him. He notices you staring at him and becomes flustered. "Do not think me a coward. I am more than willing to face that dragon again, and one day we will have to end her reign over these mountains for good. I just don't want that day to be today." Come on, let's get to work. All right, so let me find my horn to get my own horn, and press the horn for horn. Can you tell I'm having fun there? All right. So, yes, welcome. This is Heart of a Hobbit, and I am Little Redhead. And so I take us around Middle Earth here in LOTRO, here on this LOTRO stream channel. I like to take us around some of the more lighthearted sides of things generally, particularly the festivals. We really jam on getting into the festivals. However, there are no festivals on right now. We are in between festivals. So we're doing some missions and yeah, just kind of running around. Now, I'm playing on the legendary server of Treebeard, which means our cap on this server is 60. So we have access to all of Eriador, but we are capped. We have access to Moria, and that is it. We don't have Mirkwood or anything beyond that yet. Now, funny thing, we do have these missions, and the missions obviously speak to things that are later on in the storyline. So it's a little weird if you're like maybe brand new to the game and you're like, what are these people talking about? Who is this dragon? I've never heard of this. You know, it's one of those, you'll find out more later kinds of situations. But the missions are still open to us, and so that's kind of fun that we get to go into the missions. Like, we could go do the Bilbo Baggins missions if we wanted to as well. Like, those are fun. Are we jumping down here? Yeah, sure. Down to blue. Whee! Oh, and we have our anniversary pets out because we were talking about the anniversary festival. So our Gaming Life and Dragon Jareth, how are you both LOTRO players? And how long have you been playing, if you are? Oh, hang on, I'm stuck on the furniture. Also known as stalactites or stalagmites. I forget which one's which. And every time I try to remember it is, all I get are snarky answers, and so then I forget again. Stalactites are the ones that look like stalagmites, but on the other end. Like, yeah, okay. But that's not. It doesn't help me. Okay, so I'm getting caught on stalagmites. All right, because the stalactites hold on tight to the ceiling. Maybe that's what it is. So, oh yeah, thanks before. Yep, I am playing on Treebeard, so which is a legendary server, stalactite C for ceiling. Yeah, okay, I can see that too. So we haven't been in here before, so this is an interesting area. But we've got hobgoblins and orcs that we are dealing with. And I'm a hunter, so I just kind of randomly shoot at things. Thankfully, Affadil's really good at, you know, keeping us alive when I do that. But I'm going to hit this guy back here in the corner. There we go. I do like it when I can just one-shot things. That is so much fun. And I didn't even go invisible or anything for that. I just kind of stood there. So. Any sign of the leader? Oh. We don't have a name, do we? I could use my hunter skills. Let me smell the air and see if I see any orcs that smell different from the rest of them. So we got Frostbound hobgoblins, orc laborers. Doesn't look like it. I have a feeling that we might not find him until we get to him. Could be one of those. Let's see, we haven't gone this way. Sure, let's drop down another level. Did that damage us? No, it didn't. Looked kind of like it was damaging me. It was fluffy snow. Very nice. I love how my rain of arrows works in here. I mean, like, it's a cave. Like, it seems like the stage just hit the top and, like, that should be it. But that's fantastic. I can shoot my rain of arrows up in the air. Oh, so we were talking about the anniversary festival. So every April, rain of arrows, more like rain of arrows. Like, they're raining here. You know, when I was a kid, there was a book that had a whole bunch of those homonyms, and like the king reigned for something like the king. I want to say the king reigned all night. That might have been the name of the book. And it had like a picture of a king kind of laying on his side, like in the sky, and rain was coming out of him. So it was funny. I checked that book out numerous times from my elementary school library. Oh, I'm in slow mode. Oh dear, we've got a bunch of boxes here. Look out. Watch out, Affodil. That might take you out. Let's try that one. There we go. Where Beignet? Oh, there you are. Oh, it was a slow area. Ah, okay. So we are playing with a difficulty setting that is available on only 2 of the legendary servers. There's 3 legendary servers. Anor is the oldest one at this point. The King who reigned, you found it! Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. And then that's what. Okay, so the King who reigned. Yeah, and so it had a picture of a king, and there was rain coming off of him, and I just thought that was really clever. I was big on the puns as a kid. I still am. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no was about it, really, is there? Yeah, was. Yeah, I do like puns. Where were we? Oh, it's Anniversary Festival. So every April, so Lord of the Rings Online started in April, like 2007, I think it was. And before I was playing, I was not playing then. I did not discover this game until about 3 and some years ago, like not 3.5, like 3 years ago, back in January. 3 years ago, January. So this is like I've been playing, you know, since I'm into my 4th year. So there we go. Anyway, so at the anniversary festival, they have an anniversary festival every April to commemorate, you know, the game being the game's existence. This guy seems big, but I don't think he's the leader. We'll take out that little guy. There we go. Trying. Happy Existence Day. Exactly, right? Oh, I'm in the box. Oh, yeah. I was talking about the difficulty slider. So Anor's the oldest of the legendary servers. There was another server, because when Anor opened up, it was so popular that it had like waiting lines. Like people had to wait to get on, to log on. And that wasn't the experience SSG wanted to provide. So they opened up a second server called Ithil. So they had Anor and Ithil, Sun and Moon. But Ithil, the demand was just about what they, you know, needed to fill right about that time. So Ithil never really had a very large population. Now the people who played on Ithil were happily fine with that, like they didn't care. They were having a good time. But when okay, I'm like, do I need to get a horn and summon you to me? That'd been hilarious. So when Oh, eventually, oh, hang on. Horn wants to talk to us. I think I lost my horn. Or is this mine? No, that's yours. Mine's just wandered off. Let me talk to yours real quick. He says, this door is no natural thing. I have seen this before. These hobgoblins are summoning an unearthly cold with their dark magic to block our path. We will have to defeat them to progress further. You okay if I hit continue? Okay. I don't know. Oh my goodness. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so Ithil and Anor. Goodness. We keep getting hit by all sorts of stuff. So at one point they decided that, so they've tested out some other kind of server stuff. Like they had the Bombadil server, which was just for 1 month. It was a like a challenge kind of server for a little while. That was just a 1 month tournament, the Tournament of the Twins, and that was interesting. And I think they were, kind of testing out like what do people want in general for additional servers. And I think they landed on the idea. So Anor was having this thing where basically every 4-ish months or so, it wasn't on a set schedule at the time, the level cap would go up and would go to the next expansion. And early on, that I think worked for people. I started playing once it was already into Mirkwood, maybe, or maybe it was still in Moria when I first started playing on Anor. But so going up every 4 months was kind of a little fast for me. I wasn't able to keep up with it. So there were people like me where like they would go to increase the level cap and I'd be like, whoa, you're going too fast. Can you slow down? And we were also playing on a standard server at the same time as well. So we were trying to balance playing on multiple servers at the same time. Oh, I could call my horn now. Okay. And so we just weren't keeping up with the level cap. Give me 2 seconds here. And we go invisible. Okay, I think I'm ready to engage. Shall we? Excellent. And so you had people like myself who were like, whoa, we're going too fast. Can you slow down? And then there were other people though that like as soon as the next one would come out, they were super excited and would like rush and get to the level cap immediately, and then they'd be bored for like the next however long, right? Like they get there within a month, and then they'd be bored for the next 3 months or whatever. All right, hang on. He says, this uncanny cold. We were just in time. I swear I can almost hear that cursed dragon on the other side of this wall. If we're done, let's go. I have no desire to stand here freezing. Oh, thanks for the Fibro Jedi stuff there again, Mubat. Okay, so let me talk to this dwarf scout. Well done. Let us return to Anak Kerfu. So we basically had on Nor kind of two camps of people. So, the one camp of people that were like, let's go zoom, and the other group of us that were like, hey, can we slow down a little while? So after the Bombadil server, it was definitely clear, I think, that people were looking for some other fun stuff to do. The SSG had been talking about like trying to put in some sort of a difficulty thing that you could add on to your character in some fashion. So I think they kind of took those two concepts at the same point and brought them together. So then they opened up, so they closed Ithil, I think maybe to maybe open up some resources. And anybody who was on Ithil could transfer their characters over to like Anor or anywhere else, I think. So Ithil no longer exists. So Anor is the oldest of these legendary servers. And then in June 30th of last year, they opened up Shadowfax and Treebeard. And so Shadowfax is you have, instead of getting 100% of your XP, your normal XP, you get 150% of XP. So you go faster. And they get the new, every expansion, they go to the next expansion every 2 months. So it goes really fast. So Shadowfax. And then Treebeard, as you might guess, is slower progression. So we get 40% of experience. Instead of 100%, we get 40%. A Nor, I think, gets 60 or 65, so just as a comparison. Because the idea is that you're taking your time, and because it's really easy on the standard servers to just zoom right through the levels. Like, you get to level 25 without even trying hardly, like without even breaking a sweat, it seems like. So all those early levels, like when you're running around in Ered Luin or the Shire or Archet or what's the other one, Combe, when you're running around any of those are all less than 20, and you outlevel them so fast. So by the time you go back to do those quests, like all the critters are gray, it's no challenge, like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like you're engaging with those spaces in the way they were intended to be engaged with. So on some place like this, like Treebeard, we get to go and do that, right? You make a character, and you're lucky if you come out at level 5 out of the intro, which is usually a gimme. And then you go off, and you're like really slowly progressing up. So, having level 5 foods for the first time, I've actually paid attention to that. What gear am I wearing? Making sure I get jewelry early on. Like, all of those things have been important. And so this really been a fun new experience. To go more slowly. Now, we are also being completionist with these characters. So we're doing like every deed in every area, all the exploration deeds, making sure we do X number of quests, because, there's usually do so many quests in that area. We're doing almost all the quests in an area as well anyway, just because we're interested. Excuse me. And so we're spending a lot of time in each area and getting experience while we're there and all of that. So we're even still getting too much experience. And so there's this pocket item called the Stone of the Tortoise, which just completely stops your experience gain altogether. And you just stay at that level. You don't get any experience at all. So we have those, and we have had to use them at various points to keep us from over leveling, because we're still working in that area. So that's been really interesting. So then Treebeard gets the next expansion every 6 months. So we opened June 30th. We got our first expansion into Moria on January 5th. And then I think they've posted the date, but I can't remember exactly what it is. But basically end of June, beginning of July is when we'll get Mirkwood, which will take us up to level 65. So it's not a huge jump, but it'll open up that whole area to us. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to do Dar Narbagud at level 65, because we're really not getting it done. It's level 60. Of course, we haven't had a full group either, so that not a full group of people all who knew what they were doing. So when you run into that, being a little over leveled sometimes can make up for the not knowing what they're doing. That's okay. So then since they're opening these 2 servers to kind of accommodate that, go faster, go slower thing, they also put this difficulty thing on here. So what you do is just like when I'm talking to Wenda, the VIP vendor, where you talk to her, pick up her quest, and then talk to her immediately and turn in the quest. There's a difficulty guy who does the same thing. And he's located in all the starter areas, and you go up and you talk to him, and he's like, hey, do you want to make your experience tougher? And you're like, yeah, that sounds great. And then you've got a whole list from hard to difficult to deadly. And then once you get into the deadlies, there's deadly plus 0, and that's what we're actually playing at. And then deadly plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to deadly plus 6. So that's the highest you can go. We haven't been playing on deadly plus 6. I haven't tried it yet. I'm enjoying deadly plus 0, actually. It's pretty fun. So that's an addition on these servers. Now, you don't have to do that at all. You can just play with the extra XP, the lesser XP. You don't have to do the difficulty thing as well, but you can, and it just adds to the fun. So it makes the monsters a little harder to hit. It makes them hit you a little harder. And also, what I was talking about, we were in a red square. When you're interacting with a monster, you're attacking or whatever, sometimes they get a flag, or sometimes they have an eye. over their head, and that means that you've kind of like drawn the attention of the enemy a little bit too much. And so there might be a small box that's around you, and surrounding that is a large red box. And that large red box, if you are in it, when it goes off, you get hit by a big blast of fire. So it's like there's a dragon keeping an eye on you and just like blasting you with fire when he sees you, that kind of thing. So that's what we've got going on. And so, but if you get out of that box before he sees you, then you don't get hit by it. So that's why mobility is also an interesting thing to have to pay attention to in here. So, oh my goodness, sorry. I feel like I'm trying to get more air. Okay, mission, Loyalty of the Frostbound. That's what we're just working on. He says, I am glad to be back indoors. That place had an unnatural chill, just like the anvil. They must have been close to their goal. It's good that we arrived when we did, or they might have succeeded in releasing the dragon. I will make sure some scouts are posted near the entrance to that cave, in case a hobgoblin gets the bright idea to try and rescue their operations. But to be honest, I have a feeling deep in my bones that the fight that we fight the inevitable. We had best be ready to fight her when the time comes. Rosenbloom, I know I will be. All right, now we get to talk to Gloin and give him an update on what's going on here. He says, everything all right. Horan looks deathly serious. You tell Gloin of Horan's concern about Himril Frostheart. Aye, having such a powerful foe so near concerns me as well. Dragons and other evils slumbering in unknown places deep in the mountains have long caused anxiety for the Longbeards. I'm almost ashamed that none of my clan could have joined Horan on his expedition into the Anvil, but our soldiers have not yet come from Skarhald, and we've only just recovered Dory from the clutches of the Drakes. What good would a few old dwarves have done storming into the den of an elder dragon? Horan has proven he is one of the bravest among us for rushing to stop Kazagar's plot with so few at his side. We must carry on as dwarves have done for centuries. Keep your eyes on the goal. Take your battles one at a time. I will speak with Prince Dern about the ways of defeating that dragon once and for all, but first, we have a war to win. All right, so we're going to get some war marks and some reputation with the Gablaka, which I am trying to get to their next level now. Okay, so completed mission, Loyalty of the Frostbound. Oh, something pinged up there. What did I get? Currency capped. Yes, I have capped out my Gablaka war marks again. So sad. And I can't spend them on anything that I want to get, so I have to wait some more. They have the stuff that you can buy from them gated by reputation, so I need another, well, not quite 30,000, but you know, it's a ways. Okay, so we're going to try the Matron of the High Pass. Okay, is that Horan? No, it's Ozma. There it is, the Matron of the High Pass. She says, my scouts have come back from the High Pass. They could not get to the Misty Mountains. However, it appears the High Pass is protected by a vicious frost drake. They call her Slatra. We're all over the drakes today. They barely avoided her wrath and made it out alive. I need you to defeat this vile frost drake so that we can continue scouting the mountains. Oh, this is one we haven't done before. Dun, dun, dun. So that'll get us ever closer. All right, so our twist here is Himril's chosen. The monster commander in this mission will attempt to summon blizzards. I don't think did we get any blizzards last one? I don't remember. I don't remember. So if you are watching this and you would like to have closed captions on, there should be a closed caption, like 2 brackets with a CC in the middle, kind of over in the corner there. And you should be able to click on that and bring that up. So I try to make sure the captions are always going on the stream, although they were kind of running behind again there. Okay, so yeah, every April, the game celebrates the anniversary of becoming a game. And so every year you get some sort of a box of gifts. And like, I think it was 2 years ago, they gave us these cute little guys. So I got the anniversary celebration pig. And then for 13th anniversary, Affadil got the mysterious celebration pig box of gifs. Yeah, this place looks familiar. We've been here before, but there was like large piles of snow or ice to get rid of. I remember that. All right, let's head on down. So we got out our anniversary pigs from before because they're so cute. Yes, the captions are sometimes correct and sometimes hilariously wrong. So I apologize for the limits on technology. Although apparently there's an OBS embedded set of closed captions that maybe I should try those, because that'd be one fewer resource that I'd be pulling on. That might be worth checking into, actually. But I'm not sure if it's in the OBS version that I'm using or if it's on a different OBS version. I'll have to look into it. So anyway, our little pigs are pulling these crates of fireworks behind them. And every so often, like, it shoots off a firework. It's really cute. See, there it goes. He just shot some off there. So since we were talking about the anniversary festival, which starts next week, starts a week from now, a week from today, I thought I would, like, you know, get my little anniversary pig out from last time. I don't tend to run around with it very often because it's kind of distracting when you're like trying to actually like run around in I don't know, like a dungeon or something. Yeah, they're kind of annoying, so I tend to not bring them out very often. Oh, there we go. It seemed like it had a lot of health, though. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get my thing out. Oh, we are looking for a very specific one. Hey, there is a blizzard. What happens if I stand in it? Do I get an effect? I get an effect. I now have Might of Himrel. 365 frost damage every 3 seconds. And it's gone. Okay, I should look for... Oh, well, you're going to do some gathering. Okay. After I get out of combat, I will take a look. I will use my hunter skills to look for... slot. Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. And, oh, I ended up in combat. Oh, okay. So we found her anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not too many places she could be around here. That is the interesting thing with these missions, is it's not a huge playground that you have. So you're likely to find who you're looking for pretty easily. There's one mission where somehow it's not as streamlined as this, and you have like wide open area that you can run around in, and it's not like there aren't as many obvious landmarks for you to kind of keep an eye on. And so every time I think we go in there, like, because there's always this dwarf scout that comes back to greet you, and you're supposed to go back to him, and then he takes you back to the war room, and your reward is right next to him. But we can never find him. It's like we just get, like, it's like it goes on forever, and for some reason, oh yeah, and you have to find your way back to the beginning within 2 minutes, or you lose your reward. And we usually lose our reward on that one because we just, for some reason, like, it's so hard to find. It's like, I know he was near a tree, and then yeah. And I think we've even written down the coordinates and still not had that be successful. It's really crazy. Let's see, is it Ozma we gotta talk to? Yeah, Matron of the High Pass. She says, well done. With the Matron defeated, we can continue scouting the mountains surrounding the High Pass. The last thing we need is more drakes in these mountains. Apparently, because Horan's kind of scared around them, so we want to make sure he's okay, man. All right, let's see what she got. Shall we do Sacrificial Tower? All right, so this one says, all but one of my scouts have come back from Kaivad Sar. They have found a fortress of Angmarim there. Scothy did not return. They believe that Scothy is being held captive in the fortress of Kaivad Sar. We must attempt a rescue. All right, I'm down. So what's our twist? The twist is gated. You must find a way to breach a barrier to reach your mission objective. So you'll notice that they reuse, there's like a pot of, I don't know, 5 to 10 different twists, and they use them throughout the various missions. So there's these missions here. There's another war room with more Dwarven missions. And then there's also the Bilbo Baggins, the Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins, where there's, I think, 10 or 12 missions that you can do with him as well. So, man, we just walked right into it, didn't we? They kind of showed up. They were like, hey, hey, we're gonna be sneaky, and then, you know, surprise. That's right, I'll see if I can surprise this one. Only halfway. Well, 2/3 of her health in one go. That's nice. They got some cool outfits too, man. Yeah, okay, you got that one already. Sweet. I will follow you. Hey, we've been in here before too. There was some like dragon figures, like by the stairwells, and you have to destroy them. Like standing right there, kind of thing. Like the watching stones. If you've ever tried to go into Angmar, and you have to go like onto the other side of Angmar, there's those watching stones, and you have to like get the courage to go past them. Ramas Deluan. Yeah, those. So, yeah. Oh, hi. I guess I have been seen. So have you. I see you. There we go. Yeah, so there was like 3 or 4 of them in here. We had to destroy them. So that's kind of wild that we have the same location. Wonder if this is supposed to be like after or before or what. All right. So yeah, so next week is the anniversary celebration. As I mentioned before, I'm big on the festivals. I enjoy the festivals quite a lot. So we'll be definitely running around for that. That'll be good. Good time. And oh yeah. Oh, that's right. We'll have time off of class too. That's good. Hurry, the ritual has begun. Okay. Oh, I can't attack her. I have to attack the others. So I live in the Netherlands. So it'll be dark here pretty soon. Just as a point of note, not really anything. It's just I notice when it gets dark. All right, we've saved Scothy. Oh my goodness. Is he sleeping? He's got Z's coming out of him. I think he's sleeping. All right, says mission complete. Oh, now he says, I was captured. What happened here? I'm glad to see you. Thank you for saving me. Well, you're most welcome, my dude. Happy to do it. Z is for concussion. Yeah, that's true. It is possible maybe he just had a concussion. Concussions are no fun either. All right, he says, Scothley is safe and sound. Let us return and report your success. Okay. Can do. So you can see, like, we're kind of back in the war room, and they're like, hey, this is going on. Can you go take care of this? And, you know, because you're, like, a super awesome, you know, adventurer, rawr, rawr, you know, you can go off and do this. Now, one of the things I like about these missions is that you can do these at any level once they open up to you, which I think is, like, level 20. And it scales to your level, so, you know, it's always going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's not like, you know, being a level 100 and going, oh, I'm just going to drop this down to level 40. You know, like it's got a little bit of something going on, but I mean, you can see that we're not having any trouble either, though. So it's fun. I think these are kind of fun. All right, and he says, I'm glad to see Scothy again. We now know to be extra careful around the fortress of Kavadsar if we are to venture there again. So yeah, so we're just kind of coming and going and helping them out with these various things. Like I said, there's another one that we haven't been doing. Oh, you know what? I have, how many more of these? We've got a few more. I think I might grab another Reputation Acceleration Tome. I think I have another one. Oh, I might have one in that box that we picked up. Where's that box? Here it is. Let's see. Oh, I'm already interacting with NPC. Okay, I'm gonna put that away. Are you? No. Oh, you are. A small Reputation Acceleration Tome. Yeah, let's do that. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. Now I have 1,100 of bonus reputation I can use for these. So that'll kind of keep accelerating me, and then I can get to the point where I can buy the mount. And I don't know what happened to the pets. War's over. Hang on. Let me run back over to that guy. Make sure I just didn't miss it. Hey, Quartermaster, how's it going? All right, I know you have pets, right? You have cosmetic pets. Tome of the Light Gray Goat, but wait, I can't get it? Your standing is too low. You gotta be Fabral. I gotta be a Febreze. Okay, fine. I guess I wait. Can you show mount? Oh, show how it looks? Yeah, let's take a look. Which one was it? I've forgotten. Mount. Elder Slade Battle Goat. Okay, so let me go to my collections, which is Shift C if you're ever trying to figure that out on your keyboard shortcuts. And I'm going to go to my mounts, and I want to look for the Elder Slade Battle Goat. It looks like this. So it looks like it's very decorated in the blues. A little bit of silver going on, kind of like a couple side plates by his arms and legs there, by his legs, I guess. No protection for the tail, though. I mean, come on. Kind of cool antlers. Liking the antlers. I have, let's see, what other goats do I have? I have some cool goats, though, let me tell you. I have, oh, the goat of Arid Mithrin I like quite a lot, actually. I like the way this one's all buffed up, and he's got, like, armor all sorts of places. He's got, like, this cute little War of the Three Peaks thing, like, on the side, a little decorative there. So I do like that one quite a lot. That's a good one. Oh, the Windfell's goat? Dude, that guy's creepy. Look how creepy he is. His sunken eyes. Wow, he's watching you. That's a good one, though. Oh, he'll be during the anniversary festival. For mithril coins, but still. The traveling goat of the mountain is just adorable. Look at that thing. Like, just, like, every color we can go with. Let's see, I've got the treasure-laden goat. That one's funny because when you ride, like, little coins fall around behind you. The wild mountain goat. That one's nice. It's some very kind of pastel colors, but an odd choice of pink and green, you know? But sure, whatever. Stormhammer. Whoa. Oh, I haven't seen this one before. From completing the interlude Blood of Azog. That's one of the things I like about this is if you click on an animal, goat, pet, whatever, it shows you how you can get it, which I appreciate that because there's been times when I've been chasing certain ones, like, yeah, and it's like, okay, you know, how do I get that? The nimble black goat, savior of Khazad-dûm. What do we? Oh, we still have a few more things to do for that. Prized Ale Association goat. I have that one. I like how it's got little barrels on the back. It's very clever. Let's see. I've got the nimble redhorn goat. Oh, the honey goat. The honey goat's really cute too. I got that one from the Spring Festival. The Spring Festival just ended like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we were doing a lot of Spring Festival stuff. Let's see. There's the Harvest Brew goat. That one's kind of cute too, actually. I kind of like that one. I think that's the very first goat, very first mount that I earned in the game. So that's kind of cool. The Grey Mountains Expedition goat is all right. I'm feeling like he's a little overcovered. Let's see, Goat of the Moria Sentinel. Well, that's nice. I like the little lamps, when they put the little lamps on the back of them. I think that's kind of adorable. Goat of the Threshold. Goat of Winter Cheer. That one you can only get from Hobbit presents during the Yule Festival. And I did not get one on this character this year. So, and Truebeard's only been around for a year, so, you know, we'll have to wait to see if I get one next year. Affodil got one, though. So Affodil was running around on theirs. That was nice. Goat of the Threshold, Goat of the Moria Sentinel, Khazad-dûm, Crimson Guard. Whoa, look at that. That's some striking colors. That's kind of nice. Harvest Sky. That one's good. I think I have that. Yeah, I think I have that on some other places. Goat of Kept Promises. Wow. Goat of Arid Mithrin. I think that's one of my favorite, though, so I'm really glad I've got that one. Erebor Royal Guard. Oh, the Dusky Nimblefoot goat is cute, too, though. That one actually I quite like. The Elder Slade Battle Goat and the Fleet-Footed Goat. Wow, that would be a good one out, like, in snow areas, wouldn't it? You just blend right in. Oh, he's got like little wings on the side. Oh, that's really cute. So that's all the goats that they have. So yes, I mean, I'm not like distraught that I can't buy this goat. I'm just annoyed that I can't spend my tokens on something I want. Because what I can spend my tokens on right now is like cosmetic gear, but I don't really like any of the cosmetic gear they have. So I like the festival gear better. So I'm just kind of waiting until I can buy the cosmetic pets. And there's only 2 of those. Yeah, I'm gonna max out these tokens again pretty fast, I think. That's okay. Part of it is because I'm using a special item on my character, which is the Fateful Toolkit. So if you got the Fate of Gundabad Ultimate Fan Edition, which was the biggest bundle, this Fateful Toolkit was included. And what it does is it gives you bonus festival and landscape wallet barter tokens when you have it on. So these Gablaka tokens that we're getting, I'm getting a bonus every time we earn tokens. You get a 10% bonus. So if you were to get 10, you would get 11. But the funny thing is the way they did it is they don't want to penalize you because a lot of things don't give 10. They give like a lot lower than that, right? So it gives, it rounds up. So if you were to get 3, you'd get 3.3, but they rounded up to 4. So you get a bonus 1. So even if you're getting 1, it's 1.1, which rounds up to 2. So, so I'm getting bonus tokens every time we do these things, which is why my tokens maxed out so fast. But I think with the amount of missions we've been doing, it would have maxed out anyway. So anyway, okay, so next one. Okay, this will be the last one that she has for us today. Because remember, they only have 8 total between them, and every day it rotates to a different set of 8. So this will be the last one that Ausma has for us, and then I think Horan has a couple more. Has a couple more. All right, so this is the mission Wings over Grallenbarth. And she says, I have received urgent word from Grallenbarth. The Frost Horde descended upon the sky and ambushed our warriors. Several dwarves were wounded in the attack, and they have a great need of your aid in repelling the Frost Horde. You are to travel to Grallenbarth at once and aid the wounded. We cannot allow it to fall to the Frost Horde. For the Galaka! I see, you see my Hobbit present just sitting there taunting us. All right, sure, let's see what we get. So I opened the other one earlier, and what did I get? I got that, and I don't know what else I got. All right, we're just gonna slide these out of the way. So let's see what we get. So yeah, I opened that one earlier. My Hobbit gold present is a 50 Virtue XP bottle and 5 scrolls of maximum morale and power for 6 hours. Oh, that's actually cool. That's really useful because, let me put that in my vault, or my shared storage. I have a tab in my shared storage for combat buffs. For like when we go and do like, a raid or something like that, and where I'm gonna need like, where it's good to have additional health or additional whatever. So I have, hey, combat buffs, why did you not open for me? There we go. So I have them like all stacked in here, and then when I go into an instance or whatever, I just go and like grab what I need. So, although the item wear reduction, why do I even have that? Because I always use the Wenda, so we're just gonna trash those. That's one less space in my inventory that needs to be taken up. Okay. All right. Sorry, that wasn't terribly exciting. My hope, I am really hoping, because I love the way they do this. I'm hoping that when we do Anniversary Festival next week, that they'll have it so that the Hobbit gifts have a possibility of being something exciting, something related to the Anniversary Festival. Like, that'd be really cool. I'm hoping. We'll see. Kind of like they did with the Yule presents. Okay, so let's see. The Wings over Grallenbarth. Excuse me. Yes, right. So rising into the Grey Mountains, Grallenbarth overlooks Elder Slade, but there's an ambush by dragonkind, so we gotta go. And the twist here is a surprise attack. You may be ambushed after completing your objective. A Gandalf Yard item for your Gandalf Yard guard for your house. Oh my gosh, does he just sit there and like spout annoying things at you though? Like you be like, I don't know. I can't channel Gandalf effectively at this moment, but I can expect that he would just be like, get off my lawn, go save somebody, would you? Goodbye, go on. Although our kinship is in the Shire. Like, that's where we have our kin house. And so that would be funny to have a Gandalf standing around in our kin yard. Yeah, exactly, like that. Like, what do you mean? Do you wish me a good morning? Or a morning which is good? Or is this morning? Yeah, like, just doing the whole thing. Are these things? Oh, I'm in a loop. Oh, how funny. Like, it looks like I'm doing stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm actually doing stuff. Oh, nice. We've aided dwarves at this location. Awesome. Yeah, I'm still running. I think I'm still loading. Or you're still loading. You're skating. With no clothes on. Either way. We're what? We're up in the mountains. It's a good place to go running around without clothes on. Oh, good place to go skating. Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Now she's loaded up. Yeah, that's the only problem with trying to do streaming and playing and everything at the same time is, you know, I'm running on a laptop technically. And it's a good laptop. Like, it can do a lot. But I am kind of asking it to do a lot. All right. So you talk to the dwarf. And he says, not a moment too soon. Gotcha. Oh, the dwarves are surrounded by the little drakes. And we got to help them out. Well, sure, dude. Happy to help. What does this guy say? Let's see what he says. We're helping him get up. And he says, I would have had them, I swear. That's okay, we just helped. Like, you got the jar mostly open. I just did the end of it for you. Mm-hmm. That's right, he loosened the jar. He did most of the work, yeah. I'm sure that's how it went. Oh, I may have, said hello to one I didn't need to, I suppose. And then we have another wounded dwarf over here. And that is 4 of 4. Is there something else? And he says, oh, they took me by surprise. It says completed, question mark. Now it says defeat the spawn of Athramoth. Above your head, you hear a shriek and a heavy beating of wings. It's right by me. That's exciting. Oops. I probably shouldn't try and shoot the dwarf. I don't think he'd appreciate that. But I think that spawn is just about done. There you go. Mission complete. Oh, and hey, he came right up here. Dwarf Scout has arrived to escort you back to the warfront. I like how he looks like he's in combat. Like, he's ready. He's ready for us, but he's really glad to take us back. He says, you arrived not a moment too soon. Let us report your success to Ozma. Can do. So we live in the Netherlands, and so we are taking Dutch lessons because we want to, integrate into society here. And but they are a little encompassing. Like, there's a lot of work to be done. We're basically learning. We have homework that includes 100 new words per week, roughly, average, plus some in-class news items that we watch, and we talk about those vocabulary words, and then we have homework that we do online and in the books, and it's a very time-intensive thing. So we are just finishing up our current class. We have a test on Tuesday to wrap it all up, and then we have like a 2-week break. So that's very awesome that I'll have 2 full weeks of festival without classwork. Yeah, 20 hours of classwork a week is like a part-time job, and I think it's taking me more than 20 hours a week. So it's it is like a job at times. So all right, so wings over. I have received word of your efforts. Had you not come to the aid of our dwarves, the outcome of the battle might have been much different and far more bloody. Oh, very good. Well, very good that we saved them, I think is what she's saying. So you're welcome. I got 5 motes of enchantment. And I've completed 20 out of 45 missions. So, yeah, another thing to keep an eye on too is so there's these on a continuing mission weekly. And let's see, this one comes from, who does this one come from? There's basically 2 different weekly missions. So this is out of 45, but so is the other one out of 45. And one of them gives you Embers of Enchantment, and the other one gives you Motes of Enchantment. And then there's the Autumn Mission Weekly where you do 7, where you fit 15, and the other one where you also do 15. And so I finished one of those wrappers, and again, it's the same thing. One gives you Motes of Enchantments, the other one gives you Embers of Enchantment. So it's really nice because you can absolutely, well, triple dip really, because when you pick up the quest from Elof over there in the corner, his 3 also count towards your total of 15 or 45, and the 15 you're working on count towards that 45. So yeah, you can totally multi-dip on that, which is pretty handy. All right, Horan has 2 more for us. So we'll go ahead and do those. So it is 2037 here, and so we've got about half an hour, 20 minutes left in the stream. So if there's anything you wanted to talk about, go ahead and pop that in there. It does not have to be related to what we're doing, just anything LOTRO at all that you want to talk about. Absolutely. I'm always here happy to answer questions about anything. And I'm definitely into like the cosmetics and how to use the wardrobe system, also the housing and pets, mounts, like I'm into all that. So you can easily derail me with any of that. But we'll do these missions while we're here. Okay. So he says, my scouts have just returned from Asmar Zarak. Despite our best efforts, Gorgar's forces have succeeded in positioning more ballista above the battlefield. Unless they are destroyed, our attacks on the gates of Gundabad are doomed to fail. So we have to go and destroy these. Okay. Yeah, can do. Let's go. And our twist here is reinforcements. Monsters in the mission will attempt to summon allies to the fight. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Now, I'm on here every Thursday. Here, I'll put a little Thursday in the thing. Oh, you got it. Go ahead. Thank you. Okay. It says attempting in 12 seconds. Oh, reconnection successful. All right. Looks like we're getting close. You can hear me? Yay! I'm back. I'm back. Yay! All right, let's get back in there with my little Hobbit hunter and see what damage we can do in our last little bit here. So hopefully you all are still there. Maybe you had a party without me. Yeah, not sure what is going on there. It did that yesterday too. We're just like all of a sudden, like poof, no internet. And it was in the evening as well. I should probably start writing down the times when this happens. Let's see if I can, trend what's going on. Very disappointing. But anyway, we're going to get back in the game here and see what we can do to help those dwarves up at, Anarkafu? Anarkafu? Azarkafu? I feel like there should be more, Z's and KH's in there. That seems like that's their oeuvre.
The Z's and K's are invisible.
Yes, the Z's and K's are invisible. Oh, you can try the Thursday thing again now. So, there we go. Hooray! So, Thursdays, we have French Girl Gaming, and she was on like 13 hours ago. So, just keep that in mind. If you want to catch her show, you'll want to check her out like late Wednesday, early Thursday kind of time frame. And then, yep, we've got me, and I'm on at 1 o'clock Eastern time, U.S. Eastern time. And, oh, hey, I'm in here. I should probably put my fast feet back on. There we go. We don't have our little, here, I'll put my guy back on. Ho, ho, ho. There's my little pony. But he's not actually a pony. He's a He's a pig. I got my piggy. Okay. Oh, hey, we should do the what's the coupon code this week? Let's see if I can look it up. I can look it up. Freebie. So every week there's a free code, and you can put that into your. In fact, I don't think I've done it this week. I'll go ahead and do it just to show you. So you go to the LOTRO store, which is down at the bottom on your bar, which I think could be over there on your screen. And you pull up the LOTRO store. So I'm doing that. And then you click on redeem code, which is the furthest one there over on the left, or you go over towards the right, sorry. And it brings up this coupon code spot, right? And so in there, you will put in the code. I usually just copy it and paste it because I don't want to end up typing it incorrectly. So you just put it in there and you hit apply. And it'll go ka-choom. And it shows you have successfully redeemed your coupon for blah. And it will end up in your inventory. I'll go ahead and close the store. So right there, I got 5 rejuvenation potions. So I'll just put that in my combat box here in a little bit. We'll do that later though. All right, here we go. So yeah, so it's always nice to keep an eye out for that because every week they give away, something. It could be rejuvenation potions. I think I've gotten possibly some reputation acceleration tomes. It varies on what it is. Oh, one time we got like the free fall thing, 5 of those, which I thought, well, this is a silly thing. Like, who would want this? But then we were doing the Rift, and having that when you go, when you have to run back in, because that's always what happens. You always have to run back in at some point. When we were first doing it, again, on the new server here. And so we were doing it at level 50 and all of that. Oh, am I being shot at? I am being shot at. I was wondering why am I taking so much damage? Wait, bud. I said no. Thank you. So I thought it was a dumb thing, but then we ended up using it, and it was like, man, that made life go so much. Yeah, the fall injury immunities. It's like, man, that made our lives go a lot faster. I like that. So I try to be a little bit more creative and thinking, okay, how can I use this if I actually take it? But I do try to only take the things that I think I'm actually going to use. And I do have a pile of rejuvenation potions. I pull them out once in a while, especially when we're in like a tough dungeon. Or having that huge bump up is really useful. There we go. I'm going to hit things here. Protects from future falling damage, but it turns out death isn't damage. So yes, if you do so much damage that you would not have survived, it does not protect you from that. It just helps you make sure you don't, end up with your broken ankles kind of thing. Mission complete. A dwarf scout has arrived. Today I take you to the warfront. Oh, that's a Gundabad warrior. That's not where I want to go. Destroy the Ballista. Oh, that's right. We're here for Ballista, not the orcs. I was thinking the wrong people. Wrong thing to do. Hey, you prepare the dwarf scout maneuver. Exactly. All right, we'll check this box, which remember, again, if you're running not as a duo, it should be automatically bestowed, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, he says, excellent work. We need not fear the Ballista of Ashmar Khazar Zakari being used against us. Let us return and report your success to Horan. Sounds great. Oh, anyway, so before we crash there, I was saying that if you have anything about LOTRO that you want to pop into the chat, feel free to do so. And we're gonna turn this mission in, and we're gonna do the last one, the riches of Sundergrat. Hold on a second. Without those ballista to defend the outer walls of Gundabad, we have bought ourselves time to press the attack. Yay! Good job, dwarves. Go, dwarves, go. All right, the riches, the riches of Sundergrat. That is one of the problems about learning another language, is that you start to try and do one thing when you're trying to do a different thing, because Yeah, words. So you're like, sometimes your brain is like, oh, I'm supposed to pronounce it this way. Or, oh, I'm supposed to make this letter do this sound or something like that. It's like, no, wait, that's not how that works. I forget some of my like mother tongue sometimes. It's kind of funny. All right, so this mission. The abandoned mine Sundergrat lies to the south of here in the Flood Fells. We have discovered references in some old records of some kind of hidden treasure inside. What kind of dwarf would I be if I ignored a treasure in waiting? Find it, bring it back here, and it will help fund the war effort. Okay, sure, my dude. And this one's twist is gated. We have to find our way through a barrier. So yeah, so there's these missions. There's the ones at the other war room, and then there's the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins. And each of them have different tokens that you earn. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the other Dwarven one has different tokens than these. And I know that the Bilbo Baggins ones have different tokens. So yes, prepare the war effort maneuver. So yeah, so we'll finish off these missions tonight. And that'll probably be the last thing we do for the evening. Unless somebody has something specific they want to talk about or look at. And then I'll sleep for 7 nights, hopefully. And then next Thursday, we will have the anniversary festival. And so we should have a lot more information at that point. Oh, I was going to show you all the... Oh, whoops, I got stuck on a wall. Yeah, there we go. In the instance finder... Okay, I'll do that afterwards. Remind me that I'll show you the instance finder after this. Goodness. I got hit back a couple times there. That was exciting. I mean, it didn't knock me off the stairs or anything, so we're okay. Phew. That was a little exciting, though, wasn't it? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I didn't finish him, but I did get him to drop his barrel on himself, so that's always nice. That's always a favorite of mine. Oh man, I think I'm in a double box. So each one of those red boxes is, it does like a quarter of your health, fifth of your health, somewhere in that range. So really, if you see 2 of them together, that's roughly half your health. And so you definitely want to be careful, because even in something like this where we're doing great, all of a sudden you lose half your health. You're like, okay, well, I'll be fine. But I'm like, I haven't eaten the foods in the game, so I don't have really great regen going on right now. I mean, it's like average, and then I would be back in combat probably and all of that. So you can find yourself in a pickle really fast, unintentionally, with those with being noticed by the enemy with those Eye of Sauron effects, is what they're called. So the Eye of Sauron is upon you, is what's the scoop on that. And it is right now. Yo, let me get out of here. Oh, okay. Oops, let me go around this wall. Oh, there we go. I thought we were going a different way. I went a different way. Now, we didn't look at the sales in the store while we were there. Woo! But you can, over on LOTRO.com now, they're starting to post what the different sales are. Yeah, I'm going to grab that old key. This appears to be one of the keys needed to unlock the treasure. Let's go unlock a treasure. Another thing is I'm expecting with the anniversary event that they're going to have some really awesome sales, is my guess. It's my hope. So I'm really hoping that they'll have carry-alls. Oh, shared wardrobe space is on discount right now. Very nice. I think mine is maxed out. I'll double check. 25% off? Whoa. That's a great deal. Okay, hold on a second. So there's different ways you can take a look at things. Like if you know what you're looking for, you can go straight there. So for example, let me pull up the wardrobe. I think I already have all my slots though, so it won't. Add space. So you can click right there. And it will then open the LOTRO store, but it will take you right to that item. I thought I maxed mine out. Let's take a look. Yeah, shared wardrobe space, no items. I do have mine maxed out. And my shared storage also is maxed out. Now my, let's see, inventory slots, I have that maxed out. Cosmetic outfit slots, I bought all those. I bought a lot of stuff for my characters. Now, the one thing I haven't spent a lot of money on is my personal vault. So let's take a look there. So if I go to my personal vault and I click on add space, again, the LOTRO store should take me right to it. Oh, do you need me to? Oh, you can. And see, you can see right there. So I can unlock an additional 15 vault slots. But the vault storage is character specific, and this is also not on sale at the moment. It is for sale, but it is not on a discount at the moment. So I'm not gonna bother with it. Oh, I'll keep following you, but I'll start tabbing around. Yeah, that is character specific. Now the if you get the shared storage, that is account wide, so that applies to every one of your characters on every server, which is great because I play on a bunch of different servers, so that's really handy. And the shared wardrobe space is also shared across your entire account. So that is also really awesome because, you know, you expand it to 120 and all the characters have 120 spaces. In fact, well, each server though has its own, you know, shared storage vault and its own shared wardrobe vault though. So that is, oh yeah, I feel like we just had to walk over next to it before.
Yeah, but I can't find where the treasure is.
No, but what I'm saying is I think we have to just close to it. So like we gotta walk near the corners and stuff, if I recall correctly.
We need to share it
Yeah, I have recollection of this, but we just kind of stumbled across it one time. Let's see, where did we end up? It might be back over there. All right, check that door, nothing there. Oops, I'm not running anymore. There we go. I was starting to worry my internet was dropping again. I was like, no, please don't. I got stuff to do, man. Ah, this is the treasure, but 2 keys are needed to unlock it.
So I'm setting that.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Thank you.
Yeah, I had this basically stand on top of it.
Yeah, that's what I remembered from last time, is there was something about that. Mission complete. Yay. Oh, there's our mission reward box right next to the treasure. That's convenient. And the dwarf scout is also here. Convenient. The treasure is yours. All right, let's head on back. All right. Well, once we turn this in, what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, the instance finder. Thank you. So let's turn this in. And his eyes gleam as he looks over the treasure. Oh, what a sight. It brings a tear to my eye. I will make sure this wealth is added to our war coffers and put to good use. Thank you. You are welcome, my dude. Okay. So that completes all the missions that were available today. So that's pretty cool. Oh, hang on. Just checking if anybody on Slack is trying to get our attention. Okay, so I was going to show you all the show you the instance finder. So here we go, and you go to the instance finder. So you can see you have access to all the instances that are available to you at your level or below. So I'm going to collapse this because then you can see that they are in, it's like they have the instance, they have the non-scaling instance category, they have seasonal category and skirmish category. So under the seasonal category, and this is where you want to look. So Spring Festival just ended, and so we had Boss from the Vaults, Naruhel the Red Maid, and we had Spring Bee's Big Business. So the Bee's Big Business is kind of a more lighthearted one. You're following the bees and make sure to keep them safe. And that can be run starting at level 10 and above. And then the Boss from the Vaults, you have to be level 50 or above, and it takes basically just a boss fight, and you just do that, and there's usually some mechanics in there to make it a little bit more challenging. And you can run that at like tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, and each time you go up in a tier, it gets more difficult, and there's maybe more things that you have to manage. So that's what spring looked like. And so, like, for example, for summer and for the Yule, it's a very similar sort of thing where you've got a more lighthearted level 10 and above kind of adventure. And then you've also then got a difficult Boss from the Vaults that you can run at tier 1, 2, or 3. The more lighthearted one you can run at different sizes. So you can run it solo, duo, 3, 6, like that kind of thing. One of them, it's Perfect Picnic. You can run it with 12 people, which actually we should try that. That'd be hilarious. I want to do that. Anyway, Anniversary, they've added a new one. So this we've never seen yet, and it's called A Flurry of Fireworks. We don't know anything about it, except that it's been teased something about Gandalf, lighting fireworks for Gandalf, like shocking, right? But we don't, beyond that, we don't know much about it. For example, in the Anniversary Festival, I think it is, there is a quest in the past you go talk to Gandalf by the Bethel stage, near Bywater, like just south of Bywater, and by the Three Farthing Stone, he sends you around to light fireworks in various places, like a different colored one. So like, light this color, a blue firework in Rivendell, and you light it off, and it's like the blue enhances the hues of the water of Rivendell, or something like that, right? So it's nice and it's poetic. So you do that as a quest for Gandalf. So already we've got something going on with Gandalf and fireworks in the Anniversary Festival. So I'm curious what's this other one, because it says it's an instance. So we'll see. Now there is, and it might be the Anniversary Festival as well, a festival quest that you can do, where at the Methil stage, where there's like fireworks lined up all along the edges. And when you accept the quest, then you wait, and then when it says go, you have to light the fireworks, and you have to keep lighting them, and you have to there's some threshold you have to exceed in order to pass that quest. And it's not easy. Like, we've done it with three people and failed it. So I did it with a pack of like 10 people or 20 people or something like that, and we've succeeded that time. But that's because basically each of us had like 2 fireworks that we were just going back and forth, because you gotta wait. They don't go right away. They've got like kind of an internal timer. So I'm hoping it's not like that, because that one's really difficult. But I'm thinking it probably won't be, because this one again scales to 1, 2, 3, or 6. I'm also curious if they're going to have a second instance in here, kind of like the others, where you've got a boss from the vaults, and then you've also got, the one that anyone can do. We'll find out. We will find out. We'll find out in a week. So there we go. Oh, we forgot to complete Bee's Big Business Small Fellowship Challenge. Oh, we only have to wait a year. Well, like 11 months, basically, and then we'll be able to do that. That's okay. I'm okay with having, things yet to do. I'm okay with not having finished everything the very first time it came around. Although we are working on our, I should be targeting you and doing these things. I've got like those consumable deeds I'm working on, because you buy them with the festival tokens, and then if you consume like 300 of them, then you get the permanent skill, but it also like completes a deed. So like I got pretty close to finishing the jars of gross bugs. I didn't want to finish it though, because you get some of those for free out of the box at the festival, at the Harvest Math Festival, the one that's like the Halloween one. So I'm okay waiting on that one. So Dragon I'm working on, but before I do Dragon, I'm looking on Doom Shroom, and I have done 23 out of 300. So we got a little while to go. 24. All right. And with that, I think we are done for the night. So thank you for coming along with me on this journey. It was an adventure multiple ways over. That's right, Cathud. Aphrodite goes Cathud. So I will be here next Thursday with Anniversary Fest. Oh, and it'll be nice too, because I don't have class that day, because we finish on Tuesday, that's when our test is. So I should be able to like be a little bit more rested, so that'll be nice too. Because these Tuesdays, Thursdays have been long days, because Aphrodite streams here on Tuesdays, and so we have class in the morning and then work day and then streaming at night. So these have been some long days. So I'm looking forward to having more energy for you next week also. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming along with us on this journey today and joining us in our little adventures throughout the some dwarven areas in Middle Earth. Next week we'll be back with the festival, as mentioned, and I think we are good to go. All right, everybody. Oh, do we want to try and do a raid? We might try and do a raid. We'll see if Green-Eyed Gamer is on. She's often on as I'm finishing up. She's been on for a little while, actually, I think. So we will take a look and see if she's available. So I'm going to go ahead and take us to the outro, and you can listen to some beautiful music, and then we will go and raid the Green-Eyed Gamer. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and remember to always stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right, bye-bye, and we'll see you over on the Green-Eyed Gamers channel. All right, bye-bye.